Good morning, angels. I got a channeled message. Living on call for spirit is about surrendering to something higher than yourself or even your own desires. It is about giving back to the earth, to source, to the universe, to God. It is about living with a higher purpose that has nothing to do with others' projections of what life should or could be, but rather a true unbridled expression of our soul. So this is a beautiful channeled message that came in the other day, and it is about setting the stage for those of us that are about to embark on a journey or are already embarking on a journey of service to God or something higher, whether you call it God or not. It doesn't really matter what name you put on this higher essence, this higher energy, because it's not going to change the very nature of it just by a name alone. And as a lot of you know, I'm on this path. I've been on this path for a little over a year in full devotion to spirit, quit my business, quit my entire other life. There's a whole other life that I left behind, all the people, my family, all my friends, my identity, my sanity in some ways. And it's about surrendering each day and each new moment to something greater than yourself. Waking up each day and saying, how can I be of service to this path, to my higher calling, to my soul, to this new earth awakening, whatever it is for you, because we're all here to do something different. Some of us are here to wear a lot of different hats, and that is definitely the role that I play. And a lot of you guys are going to be asked to step outside of the box of what you consider to be your comfort zone, and that includes your passions and things that you consider yourself good at. For example, some of the hats that you might be putting on might not be things that you would have thought of. They might be things that you would never have thought you would do. Okay, and I can absolutely testify that so much of what I'm doing now is not anything I ever thought I would do. And so many of the things I thought I would do aren't so much a part of this, at least not yet. So just be prepared to be, as I said in a different reading, in multiple places at once, almost like you have like multiple arms, multiple heads. You have a lot of different resources to pull from because of your ancient soul, because you've been through so much and you've seen so much. You have that much more to bring to this awakening, okay? And there's a blue jay right outside my door. So just know that you're not alone in that you're being prepared for something, and there are a lot of other people who are in front of you guiding the way, but also to speak to that, you're gonna be guiding the way in a way as well, because there are gonna be people behind you, following you, and watching you, and taking cues from you. And so don't let that, I felt a little fear and anxiety, don't let that make you feel afraid of moving forward, okay? Let that be encouragement for you. Remember a time when you needed help and support, and somebody like me or someone else that you admire, or someone else that you follow, a mentor, whatever it is, someone else inspired you on your path, excuse me, and made the difference between you feeling hopeless or helpless or confused or alone, and gave you that extra boost. And imagine now being that same person for someone else, even if you still feel like you need that yourself. This journey will be challenging, maybe until the day that we die, because being human, excuse me, is challenging, okay? We're not meant to come here and know everything. We're not meant to come here and just be able to do everything and have all the answers figured out. We're meant to excuse me, we're meant to come here and fuck around and find out. You know, and that's the beauty of being human. You know, you watch young children and they don't know how to speak. They don't know how to express themselves fully yet. They're just watching and listening and learning and soaking it up. And then once they feel like they're ready, they dive in and they join the conversation, and they start to participate in the areas that they felt out of their depth before. And that's exactly what we're here to do. We're here to sometimes just stop and listen and get comfortable, and then join the conversation. We're not always meant to know everything around every turn. And especially for those of us that are paving the way for this new earth, because we are the pioneers, all right? We're not supposed to know everything. Part of our job is to fuck around and find out. It's so funny, I've never really used this phrase, but it's coming up so much because it is the perfect phrase for people like me who don't mind cussing, to describe this kind of pioneering attitude that we have, and this pioneering job that we have. You know, we're here to pave a new way for humanity. We're here to do things differently. We're here to upset the herd and to reset this whole paradigm. We're not here to do things like other people have done. So naturally we would come here not really knowing what the fuck we're doing. We would come here open to receiving news. It's just like being a scientist, okay? You don't go into the sciences because you think that everybody's already figured it out. You go in because you want to be part of figuring it out. You want to be part of the solution. You want to be part of the magic of uncovering something new. And some of you guys might be being challenged right now, being pressed on and pushed on. It's just because you're expanding and you're growing. I've said this before, but sometimes it feels like life starts getting smaller and putting us in a box, and we're getting squeezed and we're getting squished, and we think it's a cue to go inward and get smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller until we just kind of disappear. But actually what it is an invitation to break the fuck out of that box, okay? And I do this because it's like you kind of have to get a little crazy. You have to harness that crazy energy to get out of this fucking box, especially if you've been put in it since you were young, especially if your family members have been projecting on you who you should or could be, your teachers, society. If you've never felt like you could truly be yourself because you were always surrounded by naysayers and people who didn't get you or who projected on you, get yourself out of that fucking box, even if you have to freak out a little bit and become a little bit, whatever that was, okay? Because we're not here to behave. We're not here to be well behaved. We're not here to be another example of the status quo. We're not lemmings just wandering off a cliff together. We're leading each other into the stratosphere, okay? We are the ones paving the way to make magic happen. And a lot of us are here because we have a brave soul, because our soul has experienced a lot of expansion, and because we ourselves as souls have achieved a lot of greatness in our previous lives and incarnations, okay? For those of you that believe in that. And even if you don't, it's true, okay? Because a lot of us already know that we're not our bodies. So doesn't it make sense that we wouldn't just come into this body, onto this earth plane one time if we have an eternal soul? Makes a lot of sense to me that we would probably make a few appearances. And some of us have been making appearances for a really, really long fucking time. And we have so much ancient wisdom that we are carrying with us, okay? And that ancient wisdom, sorry, this mic keeps fucking falling. That ancient wisdom is necessary for this next phase of ascension. It's necessary for everybody on this planet. So you have to bring your magic here now. It's time for you to bring your magic here now. And if you don't know what that is, thank you, Spirit, it's time for you to dive in to start getting to know it. Who you are, what your magic is, starting to own it, and calling yourself whatever you feel called to. Like, I know that some people are turned off by the term witch, and there's a reason for that. It was definitely propaganda by the church. Okay, being a witch doesn't mean anything evil. It's just like anything. You could wake up every day and think, I'm gonna go out and make people's day terrible. Or you could wake up every day and think, I'm gonna go out and make some people's lives better. Life is whatever you make it. And the word witch is really just about setting intention, all right? Being a witch just means that you have an intentional life based around the rhythms of the earth. It's one of the most natural things you could ever do. Because of all these movies and stuff of like evil witches with ugly warts on their face, like laughing and being evil, we have this idea that being a witch is this fucking horrible evil thing. It's not at all. Glenda the Good Witch is a lot better of an example of what a witch is like, in my opinion, even though of course they're both very fantastical. But we're here to be ourselves regardless of what other people think. And if the religious people condemn me for saying that I'm a witch, that's fine, because I'm not here to agree with people. I'm here to upset the herd. I'm here to ruffle people's feathers and make them start thinking differently. Is it fun? No, it's not fun. But would I change it? No, because that's what I came here to do. And I know that on the other side of all this struggle is a whole lot of beauty. God didn't just put me on this earth to do this, just to be punished and projected on. I have a whole lot of beauty coming my way for the service that I'm giving to this planet right now. And so do you. If you are one of these warriors, one of these pioneers, okay? I don't know if you've noticed, but I haven't really stopped talking this entire time. These words are flowing out of me. I'm channeling all of this. I honestly have no idea what I've said, except for the witch part, because that one stuck out to me more just because it's a little dangerous. It feels scary still, like we could get burned again, because I know for a fact that I've been burned as a witch. I know it sounds silly to say fact when it's a past life and how can you prove it? I just know in my deepest heart of hearts, even my deepest soul, okay? And a lot of you guys understand what I mean about being persecuted for your beliefs. And in past lives you have, and that's why you're scared. That's why a lot of us are scared to come out and share now, but it's safe to come out now. Everything that we've done, I'm shaking, has been culminating to this moment, okay? And I woke up this morning feeling a little bit, I felt great. And then I had a couple email exchanges with somebody that really made my energy just kind of go in a weird space. And I thought, oh, it's too bad for the morning message. I hope it doesn't disrupt it. But I'm funneling all that energy into this message. And that's what's making it so powerful. And it's like, I don't know if you could feel it, but there's energy coursing through me that is making my body shake right now because of how potent this fucking moment is. All right. So you are powerful, you are special and important. You have an important mission on this planet. If you don't know what it is, it's time to figure that out. Okay, go back to what you knew as a child. What were your gifts as a child? Did you see, angels? Did you see ghosts? Did you have an invisible friend? A lot of the things that we wrote off as just kind of silly childhood stuff when we were children are actually like the codes to who we are. Our blueprint, our soul blueprint on this planet, in this incarnation rather. And if you need more help with that, I'd be honestly honored to assist you with it, because it's one of my favorite sessions on my website. One of my services is Find Your Blueprint. And it's so fun to help people navigate this and work with their guides and my guides to figure out who you are, what you came here to do, and how I can assist you in getting on that path, okay? So sacredmuseproject.com if you're interested in that. But either way, confirmation burp. Get ready for the ride of your life. I just heard. Get ready for a bumpy ride as well, because they come hand in hand. You can't just have it all smooth sailing the whole time. When you're learning, it's going to be more tumultuous. When you're expanding, it's going to be more tumultuous. It's not going to look a certain way. It's not going to feel a certain way. So don't be discouraged if you're on this path every day. You're like, why am I so exhausted? Why am I so drained? Why do I have a headache? Why do I feel all this energy coursing through me even though I meditated 4 times today? Well, first of all, you're probably connected to a collective like me. You might be transmuting the energy for that entire collective, not just your own experiences. Sometimes I forget that I am processing energy for the entire fucking collective. No wonder I feel so insane half the time. No wonder I'm processing through so much and I feel like I have to express. I'm always drawing or writing or speaking out loud to myself, dancing or walking or meditating or doing something to help me move and process this energy, because it's fucking intense, y'all. And if you know what I mean, you know what I mean. And start to think about it in a different way. It's not just coming from you. You're picking up on the collective energy, and part of your job, and the reason why you're picking up on it, is because you are here to help us transmute it all, ground it into the earth, ground ourselves into the earth, into a stable place, and then process through all that intensity for the collective, okay? You have a bigger job than a lot of people do. And I don't know why, okay? But if you're in my collective and you're resonating with everything I'm saying, then this is true. I don't know why I have so much responsibility when it comes to processing energy. I just know that I do, and I know that I need to show up for it, and I know that I need to carve some fucking space out for it, okay? That's why I quit my job. That's why I don't have a lot of clients that I work with every single day, because I need a lot of time to process and transmute the energy. And as an artist, to express it. And I think that one of the biggest jobs I have that is less public right now is being an artist, being a muse, expressing all of that into something beautiful. And I hope to be able to share more of that as I get more grounded in my new place. And, the energy shifts from this really heavy, dense, emotional energy I've been in to a more light, free, hopeful energy. Okay, so just know that you might be an artist or a muse or somebody who's here to inspire others, or all of the above. You might be a healer, a leader, a teacher, or all of the above. And you most certainly are a disruptor, a shapeshifter, okay? And if you haven't been watching the videos recently of being a disruptor or a shapeshifter, go back and watch them over the last couple weeks. There's some important messages in there for you, because I'm hearing it's time to go. You got some work to do. Again, if you need help, if you don't know what your next step is and you need a little assistance, even a 15-minute tarot reading can really help you along. If you want some more in-depth hand-holding help, coaching and mentorship would be great for you as well. But either way, I can help you with your next steps if you don't know what you're doing. sacredmuseproject.com. If you do, then get going, okay? If you already got the message and you know your next steps, get moving. It's time. Okay, Spirit's saying it's time. No more excuses. Let's go. We got work to do. We got an ascension to, pioneer, and we ourselves need to bring our loving heart, our solid, courageous soul that has been through so much, weathered so many storms, and come with so much wisdom after all of that, to share with this collective at this very particular time. So I know that was a mouthful. Holy shit. Like I said, I don't even know what I just said, but it was for you. If you feel it, let it wash over you. Watch it again if you need to process more over time. Sometimes there's too many messages to receive, especially in my channeled messages, that you need to go back and rewatch them a day later, just kind of like let them all sink in. So in any case, I love you. Feel free to subscribe, share, like. If you want to support my content, that's an excellent way to support my content, okay? I love you. Keep going, all right? You're not alone.